Now I can speak. Hope the screen is visible.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Now, which part you want me to get clear?
Not this one, sir.
Okay.
Before this, like the very
This
first
one?
step, when not this also, the very first step when
Okay.
I click on a file and I say new,
Uh-huh.
it takes me to a page
Okay,
which
I'll do that.
where
So
yes,
I'll
sir.
do that so it will be much more clear. So maybe this is the things what you're speaking about, right?
Yes. Now my version is 13. I just
Okay.
saw I have a 13 version. So the page is a bit larger and it shows a little few more options, I guess.
Okay. Okay.
And some of these I'll just read out, sir. The
Mhm.
first is a general, a tab. There are three tabs basically:
Uh,
general, scratch disk, and ingest settings.
Okay.
Name location, I understand that everybody knows where you
Uh-huh.
need to save and what
Yes.
you need to save. But there is something called video rendering,
Okay.
video display format, audio display format,
Okay.
capture format.
Uh,
So if you could
so fine. So
just
now,
explain these.
out of the three, the two is here on
Mhm.
your screen. This is common. Hope you can see it on your screen now. General
One
and
second,
scratch
I'll
disk.
just hold.
Am I right? You find three
Correct.
options over
Yeah,
there, and out of that, these two are common: general and scratch
correct,
disk.
sir.
So there
Correct,
is
sir.
no problem in it. And here, only you need to take care of the location and the name. And scratch disk by default, the software will get save the video in the drive where the space is there. If your space is not there, you can assign where you want to save the file. If it is captured from a capturing card, now there is no problem. Here we are not capturing from a capturing card, so no required now. And video preview, yes, whenever you are making some video to get render on your screen, where you need to save it up. This preview part, preview is a RAM, I mean, like temporary is saving file. It is permanent saving files. So here you are saving your project, and here you are saving the file whenever you are taking from a capturing card. Capturing card is a device from tape to cassette. Whenever you are taking, at that time it is required. So it is no problem now. So sketch this and general is clear. Now the third part, it is setting, what is that? Video rendering and all, right?
Sir, before that, can you explain these video rendering and playback, video audio capture file
This one,
formats?
format. You're speaking on
The general section. Yeah.
here, na?
So there are multiple things here. Inside the
Yeah.
display format, you have some time code and XYZ.
Here.
Different in the video. Yes, if
Yes,
you
yes.
click
Okay,
on the
okay.
video,
So
yes,
here,
please.
time code. I mean, like whenever you are opening a file, the time, how you want to see the time code. Time code is displayed in three different format: frame, fit and frame, time code, and frames. So time code is SMPT, that is called and technically. So second, minutes, hours. This will be the format. So once you switch on to that, then you can see on your project file. And another is frame. Only the frame number will be displayed. And another is feet and frame. And 1 feet is equal to 16 frame, because the negative, before the negative was purchased in fits. So 10 feet, 1,000 feet, in that way. So at that time, the producer understand the language of feet and frames. So 1 feet is equal to 16 frames. So when the project is purchased in negative format, at that time it is widely used. But now this two is enough: time code and frame code. So hope you got to know time code is minute, second, frames, hours, and frame is only the numbers, which number of frame you want. Hope
Okay.
this
So
part
by
is
default, we need to
go for time
be
code.
in time code only.
Time code.
Okay.
Next.
And sir, similarly, audio.
Audio. So audio sampling, like which sample rate you want to say, like 44,000 is the CD sample rate. So you want
Okay.
to get it in second format, you want to see the audio display, or like sample rate. Sample rate is CD quality, DVD quality, sample at a particular second, how many samples do we get play. That is called sample rate. So in that format also, we can able to get it display on the screen.
Okay.
So by default, you can go for sample rates. This is CD quality. And capturing it is not required now, because we are not capturing from outsource. You are directly, it is then in a hard disk. So hope this part is clear. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. And yes, sir. And then there is a third part which says ingest settings. I don't know what
Where
this ingest
in your version?
in my version. Yeah, in my
Okay.
version it says ingest settings.
Okay, you can make a print screen
Uh,
and send to me. So
I'll
I'll
just
go.
send you a
Uh,
print
I'll
screen
go through
copy
that
and
and
send
I'll
you,
let
sir.
you know. Okay.
So moving on, the files that I sent you, right?
Right.
Now, when I open create a file, create a project, sorry, I have to
Uh,
stop saying file. When I
right.
create a project,
Uh,
uh, it takes me to, by default, it shows me the window. I have sent
okay.
that print screen to you.
Okay. Okay.
So, sir, you were mentioning about those three dots, right, where we can hold and
Yes. Yes.
move the
Right.
frame,
Right.
right?
It is
I
not
am
there
not
here.
able to see it.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Yes.
Yes, this is a point to take note for everyone. Whatever we are here working is the before version, and recent versions you need to make hard. No need to make hard work. They make the versions much more easier, and here, without finding the dot mark, you can able to hold with the name, and on the upper bar you can able to move it up. So that job is much more easier in the higher versions. But sometimes if you are working in lower versions, then that is to be noted up, or else just hold the name and move it up. It will move there. No need to go to
So
a
I
particular
just
dot mark.
need to,
So,
where do I hold, sir? Like,
like on
can
the
you just
name part,
point towards it?
just you can see my
Okay.
cursor or the
Yes, sir.
range of the upper bar. Anywhere you will find, you can able to drag it up. That is possible.
So I can just drag and drop
Right.
it inside the
Uh, the
another window.
dropping is anyhow the same. Only the problem was like the dotted mark are not visible where I need to hold the
Yes, sir.
panel, and the answer is on the for name bar. Wherever you hold, it is holdable. You can hold it up
Okay, sir.
on that range.
Okay, sir.
Hope
Thank you, sir.
the things
Thank you,
okay.
sir.
Fine. So now we'll move to the next range. So last session, any other questions of anyone? uh, you're trying something, because the time will be moving to the studio. It may be the lower version or it may be the higher versions. Yes, exactly the same thing will happen. Like you'll be finding a little difference the interface. In every higher versions they will come up with a little more flexible way, more easier way. So it will be added advantage, and the interface will be much more professional, but the basic features will be the same. Basic things will be the same. 5 6 options will be always extra in higher options. Find that. Yesterday we have understood like how to user interface control, what is panel, what is frame, how to control it up, and how to make detach, how to attach, that all part get ready. And we got to know what is called workspace, how to set the workspace, how to reset the
Sir,
workspace.
sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, no, it's just,
Again, in this version,
yeah.
the when I say window workspace, right? There is no reset workspace or new workspace option.
Oh, it's not there.
Workspace, there is no option for new workspace, or reset also is not there
Okay.
in this
So
version 13.
uh, no, it's just, I'll just find it out and I'll let you know, because we are working
Okay, sir.
on the
Thank you,
this
sir.
version. CC is a higher version, it's professional one only. Maybe like setting will be there somewhere in the right side, or I need to check. Okay, some
Okay,
of the
sir.
options will be in other places. They might be have rolled out. Okay, fine. So rest you can try it out and note down which are the things are not there. We'll find and let you know. Now, the next thing to be learn of how to import the file. So hope the syllabus is there on your place. The Excel is there. I'll be working on that. The next topic, importing the footage. So let us see how to import the footage. In the last class, we have understood how to import audio, video. Now we'll be learning how to import image sequence and layered image. Does it okay? Layered image is that image which is done in Premiere, like Photoshop. Photoshop done image is called layered image, and it always looks like PSD like this. One click, go for it. The software will not open this. He'll ask you a few questions because Photoshop layer are a multi layer format, and here he asks you which layer you want. So individual layer. You do have an option to choose a particular layer, whichever you want, or you can import all the layers. So let us make a new PSD and get in import. The topic is very clear. What is the topic? Importing,
Layered image.
yes, layered image and importing sequence image. Hope Photoshop is known. Then just I'm taking some video sizes file. Control Shift and take a new layer and okay. Control I, first hotkey of the day, and already you have learned like Control I is for import in this and other also. Even in After Effects the same. Now you can see the software is giving a choice. Merge all images. That means it will mix all the images, all the layers together and bring it up. And the time you double click, find this is merged up. So it is fused together to a single image. This is one of the way to get open the layer image. What we have done, merge. First option, merge all layers. Note down. Merge layers. Here all the layers will get merged into a single. Now choose layer. Merge all layer, merge layers. Both of them same. One is visible and another is invisible. Everything is merged. So merge all and merge layer are the same. Switch to the individual layers. Then here software give us a choice to select a particular or all individual. Go for all individual, okay. So it brought all the images or the layers separate. So now we got to know choose layer. What is the option? Merge layer. Then we have an option to choose individual layers. Individual layers. Let and the next. Neither we need merge layer nor we need individual layer. Then in that case, we can switch to the third option, sequence. What is sequence? As it is, we have done in Photoshop, the same way we need that in Premiere. That means same layer informations we need out. Here the layer information come, but in a separate mode. But in sequence, it will make a project file like that and give us everything. So you can see now it is sequence format of importing. So it create a sequence, and the time you double click here, you can find the timeline comes with multiple layers and all layers as if in Photoshop separate. So the third way of importing the PSD file is sequence format. Hope the third one is clear. So same to same, The profit is like, yes, you can find the layer separate, so you can hide it, you can show it, you can move it. All this compositing works can be done in the editing software. Hope this third part is understandable. How to import PST layer with tracks and making a
Sir,
same composition once more. Yeah. Is it okay?
sir, yeah, I understood that you imported the files. That part is clear.
Uh-huh.
But this timeline that you're showing,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Just
Now
we'll go.
I'm
Uh,
just trying to understand,
yeah.
like, how do I visualize it? As
Yes.
in, how will I be able to see it? Like
Right.
in Photoshop, if I open one layer, it
Yes.
is visible to me like
Yes.
that.
Mm.
Uh, yeah. So if I do make any change, it is instantly I can see it.
Yes.
But in this Premiere,
Yeah.
when you are either opening a layered ways or sequence or an
Okay.
individual layer, how do
Right.
I see it?
Right.
How should I be able to
Fine. So
visualize
first
it?
thing we have understood here, how to import PST file. This
Yes,
part is clear, right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now for the three part is clear. How to import the PST layer in three different format. Merge layer, individual layer is clear, but in sequence you have find how does the project has been done in Photoshop exactly the same way it has been imported here. And the time it come up, this folder came up. In this folder, three things came up: the two layers and the project file, which is done in Photoshop. Does it okay? The project file looks like this, and it is named here as a sequence. It is named here as a sequence. And the time you double click over here, it display the same thing in Photoshop. What it does, it show a document or the canvas and the controller. Am I right? Just I made it broad here so that you can get the same impact. Just brought it up. The same thing is said here. No more difference. It is layer. It is visible toggle icon. Here you can see the arrangement, up and down arrangement. Exactly the dot to dot presentation here. But the name is different. There it is named as layer. Here the timeline. Here along with the same buttons, it does have some extra buttons, but the minimum buttons are the same. There we don't have a timeline like concept, but here we do have a timeline like concept. That means 40% of your thing is the same. Only that rest 60% we need to focus. Is it clear? I just made it to get it
Yeah,
easier.
yeah. So if I click on that layered image,
Yes.
that sequence,
The
or
sequence
the
button.
layered image for Premiere sequence button,
Then
in the timeline, it will
yes.
show me the options.
Yes, exactly the Photoshop. What it shows, layers, same it shows in track. Hope it is a comparative
Okay,
understanding. Is it okay?
okay,
So
okay, sir.
there you find a viewport. Here also you find a viewport, but the name is different. That means 30-40% is known to you. Only you need to reconnect the things.
Okay, and is it similar for the other two
Ex-
also, for a layered image and for a for a single layer, for an individual
but
layer?
no, but merge layer it doesn't have the concept. In sequence layer
Yeah,
only you find it up. So
yeah.
you have
Merge
find it
layer
now.
will not have.
What is the difference between these three? In
Yeah.
these three, the last one gives us a freedom to find out all the layers as it is done in Photoshop come into the Premiere. But in these two, it is just like a footage. It is just like a footage, as if like an image, as if like a video. It comes as a footage format, but it comes as a sequence format. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. So in first two, it will be like a still image,
This is
and the
still,
sec
this is still, this is also still. But the
uh,
difference, this is sequence,
sequence.
these are all footages. It
Okay,
is a
okay,
project
sir.
file. It is not a project file.
Okay, sir. Okay, understood.
So now let us go to the sequence format. And what is the advantage over here? Yes, you can able to control it individually, and all your design is exactly the same way you have done in Photoshop. It come to the Premiere. This is a point to note out. 80% of your design will be done in Photoshop. In Premiere, you'll be making something to get animate, and your job is done up, because Premiere is not a designing software. It will take the help of the designing software, and the design done in Photoshop, because photo more editing will be done over there. And here the job will be much more easier to get them animate. Hope we have understood what is the importance of making the PSD in sequence format. Fine. Now the next one, importing sequence images. As if in the last class, we have discussed a little bit about what is called image sequence. It is number of images inside your hard disk with a sequential number. And whenever it comes to the software, it will look like a video. So this much of information we have passed out inside the last session. What is the topic? What is sequence image? And how does it look inside the hard disk? And what happens if you import image sequence into your software? And how does it look like? All the answer finished. Now let us go for the practical. Theory okay? Let us switch to the practical. Let us see how does the image sequence look like in the hard disk. Let me show you in the hard disk how does it look like. Okay. We can able to see here, these are like individual images. Does it okay? They are like individual images. And with the name 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you see the number? The name remains the same, only the
Yes,
last
sir.
alphabet digit
Yes,
is
sir.
changed. So it is technically called as image sequence file. In the hard disk, it look like this. Now let us import this particular image sequence. Double click on the project panel, switch to the folder, and turn this on. While you are importing an image sequence, two things to take care of. One, select any frame out of the image sequence, any frame. Switch on this small button over here. Can you see image sequence? This is to be taken care of. Then the software understand we required all the images has to go together in a single take without selecting any one, by selecting a single image. Get it okay? The software imported that, but here you can see a video like thumbnail. Can you able to see? Does it okay? Fine.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
take your
Yes, sir.
approval at every time. So have a double click and check to the screen. It will start up displaying that particular image sequence in a special window called source window, and there is a play button. If you start up playing, it will look like a video, but in fact inside the software it is just images. So now we have practically understood what is the difference between image sequence inside the hard disk and inside the project file of Premiere. Okay, na? And the importing method also you got to know. We need to switch on a particular button that is called image sequence. This is a point to note down. Now, what if we are not switching on? At that point, whichever the images or image you are selecting, that will come up individually. And it is not a video, it is just an image. So now we have understood how to import image sequence and how to import a particular image out of the image sequence. Both the part is clear. Is it okay? ये इतना तक समझ में
Yes,
आया?
sir.
Fine.
Sir.
Now, what is the use of image sequence and why people use image sequence? It may be the question. Question over, answer. Whenever you are working with a visual effects department, that means special effects, editor will work for all the department, and it has to communicate with visual effects department, dubbing department, re-recording, editor, director, all will be depending on the editor desk, because from here all the files will go to various department. Now, whenever we are sending the file to any visual effects department, we need to send the file in the form of sequence. Why? They will work in on individual frame. If you have given 10 images, they will give you 10 images by doing visual effects. Now the question, what is visual effects, sir? Right? It may be a question, and the answer is like, the story is demanding, like put fire on the head. In shooting set, it cannot be done up. It is dangerous. In post production, they will put some fire on 10 frame of the film. So that 10 frame will be rendered out here as a sequence, and it will be given to the VFX department people. They will put some fire over to the head on digital way, and again they will back that same 10 frames to the editor. So this is the communication between the editor and a VFX department. At that time, all the things has to be communicated with framing. Now, the counter question may be, if it is given in video, sir, what's the wrong? They can give in video, and they also can able to give it in video, and you can put the video, then the job could be done up. And the answer behind it, whenever you are sending the video, because unless this is a question from your end, it is highly difficult to understand what it is happening up. So I'm trying my level best to create a question and give the answer also. If you send a video file, then what happens? Video runs in different speed. Video runs in different FPS. At that point, if it is mismatch over there, he is playing in a different FPS and you have sent it in a different FPS, then the frame counting will get changed. But in image sequence, frame counting, if it is changed also, number will be the same. So that is zero error communication will happen. Fine. It's a pipeline work process. And yes, if you understood it, it's very nice. But for the fine timing, we got to know what is called image sequence and how to import image sequence. Fine. Exactly. This is how this communication will happen, whatever you have seen now. This is how the things will be given and taken. They send the file in sequence only. All the So the counting number will be 116 items, means 116 has to be given up. Fine, hope the importing section is clear. Image sequence, okay. And before day, we have understood what is audio import and video import. Is it clear? Four part?
Yes,
Now, switching to the difficult part. Importing is over. You can import the files very nice. But what is the challenge? Now, after learning this much of thing, whenever you again sit on the digital table or like editing table, the next new challenge come up every day. And out of that, the first biggest problem, though we have learned all these things, it will not work out there. What, sir? That means nowadays the camera is shooting in a different file format. This format again makes a matter. MP3, a lot of video format are there, right? And every day new format are coming. Premiere doesn't support, or any software also of the world, it doesn't support every format, because every new day a new format is coming up. So this is a challenge. At that time, how to face that problem? there is a special process called TVC, Total Video Converter. We need to convert the file into the required format which is accepted by the Premiere. That is called practical. Okay. And we need to use that total video converter. It depends like which total video converter is used inside the studio. They will convert that and they'll give you up. Or else you need to ask, this format is not supportable, give me in other this required file formats. Then they will give you up. Hope we have understood what is the process and what is the challenge.
Sir, can you tell the full form of TVC?
Total video converter. This is one of
Okay.
the software what I've told, but a lot of softwares are there through which the conversion has to be done up, so that we can able to import the file into the Premiere to do the editing. And it is a regular process job. Fine. So hope we have taken time to understand three things till now. What is Premiere? What is UI? How to import the file? Once the file imported, the very next job is the editing process. Now, before going to do editing more, let us see the project panel detail. And the keyboard shortcut, tilt button. Am I right? What is this button? Tilt to get it full screen. Wherever you are not catching, make me stop. It's we need to understand in very detailed manner. So, what are the little information I do have? I will pass it out. But wherever it feels difficult, you can stop me up. Fine. Which button? Tilt button. What is tilt? OSK. On screen, you can find some digital screen board. This button we are hitting. It's okay? Toggle button. Now, here a lot of columns are there. What is the topic going on now? How to do editing in Premiere. First editing will be done in project panel itself. Before entering into the timeline, inside the project panel, all the setting will be done up. All setting means what? Think for a while, what is the difficult part or the complex part in editing is like the camera will come up with 500 footages, 500 takes will be happening up. So you can find the complexity and which is to be get reject, which is to be get approve. All these things will to be done by the editor. So inside the filmmaking process, there is a log sheet. Okay, if you're involving, it's okay. If it is not understandable also, no need to get panic. It is extra things we are telling. So it will not make you hamper on Premiere to learn. Whenever the camera shoot will go on now, so along with this cameraman, will be focusing to the shot. The director will be sitting over here, and a log sheet boy will be sitting up. He will be with a pen and paper. For every take, the camera on. So once the scene is going on, the fight scene is set. Then the shot number one. Inside the shot number one, they will take number of takes. Here they take 1, take 2, take 3, take 4 will be going on. And it will be maintained by a log sheet boy. And on every shot before, they will show a clapboard. They will be showing a clapboard. Inside the clapboard, this thing will be mentioned. Does it okay? Scene this, shot number 1, take 1, 2, 3, it will go on. And it will be in front of the camera. Or sometimes what happens at a time, 2, 3 camera will be happening. So the clapper boy will be standing in front of the character. So every camera will be shooting over here. No? So in all the camera, this clapboard will come up. Hope the description is understandable. This
Sir, can we call it log sheet as a editing report?
Log sheet is a paper.
Editing report.
Before coming to the editing table, this will be done in shooting set itself. This will be maintained by a log sheet boy. who will be making the approvals to get record in pen and paper. And how does the things are happening? I'm just trying my level best to explain. And it is called the input process. Then the output will come to the designing like editor table. But input is this. And this clapper boy will produce a sound that is called clap sound. And this clap sound will be recorded in all the camera. And the shot will be startup taken. If the shot is approved, the director will tell okay or not. It will be made tick out here by the log sheet. Shot 1, here it will be written shot 1. Approved, not approved. First one is not approved, second is approved. Again, they go for like retake for the next time. So you can understand the complexity of the making process, because here all the shot will go to the editor table. Then how to find out the shot? The camera in roll now, and it will go to the editing table. This paper will go, and on every shot, this clap sound is there. And inside the clap sound and the visual will be there in camera. So they will see this two shot, and which is approved. Okay, third number shot is approved. Then 1 and 2, they will cut and delete. So that much of things are happening. Okay, to get some idea, I just try my level best to make you explain what is filmmaking process of editing. But for this reason, yes, inside the Premiere, we need to make a lot of editing before going to the editing viewport. So what are the things?
Sir,
Yeah.
I didn't understand. You said how will an editor know? Like
Yes.
there are so many
Shots.
that were taken,
Right, right,
right?
right.
Say 10 are taken.
Yes,
Out
yes.
of that 10, 2 are approved.
Oh, then how to know that?
How to know?
Great.
Those 2 we have to select and others we have to
Yes,
reject.
yes. So very nice question. So it is a practical question. Am I right? No, because it is not in the software, and unless we are involved, it is very difficult to understand also. So you can see now the complexity. So you got to know how much complex it will be. This log sheet will help you out. This is a paper. On the spot, the director will be telling, okay, take one, approved. Then it will be written inside the paper, not in the video. In the video, what will be there? This clapper voice clap shot will be there with the name called 2-1. It will be also recorded. Does it clear?
Yes, sir.
And inside the table of the editor, this paper will go and he'll see shot number 1, take number 2 is approved. And he'll start of searching inside the video, where is this particular clapper, where it will be showing 2. And before to that and after that 3, he will delete all the things in cutting. So we'll be seeing the cutting work, how to be cut. But this paperwork is going to hand over to the editor. He will do the first rough cut editing by looking to this paper. Does it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now, once it comes to the imported all the files, here you can find a small thumbnail with a triangle button. Suddenly it is changing into ascending and descending order. If your shot is named proper, then we can have to rearrange the clips in ascending and descending order by just a click button over here. Hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Next. The time you press the enter button on your main keyboard, it will switch to the rename processing, or else you can find rename button somewhere here in the right click. Start renaming them as per your requirement. This is a task could be done up, because a lot of files are there. Once you find something, then rename it first. This is the first priority job, so that to get you confused from all these things. So this is one part. Second, ascending and descending arrangement part. Third, as per the properties of the footage, it can be rearranged. When does it has been suited, or what is the length of the files? As per the columns, it can be rearranged. That means software gives us these many method of making the files to sort out first before going editing. It is required. That's why they have given. And it is not a it is completely not required for this practice people, starting people. So theory learning and practical doing a lot of difference, because here while practicing only you are practicing with two footages, so no log set required, no this understanding required, and practice happens and software done, output comes, and it is beautiful also the final output. But while working in practical, all these options will be required, and it is sometimes highly boring, highly straining to listen all the things, but it is practically used up. Is it okay? Just I given you the strength to why to listen this. Okay. Fine. Video duration wise, it can be understood, it can be arranged, and as per the priority, you can able to move it up, or which priority you want to make it to get arranged. And except to this, you can switch to the metadata display, and few more labels could be add up. That means a footage does have n number of information in it, and as per that, the ascending, descending arrangement will be done up. Hope this much of thing are done clear.
So can
Is
you
it
show
okay?
once again?
So on any columns, give a right click, switch to the metadata, go for the first option, and here this many informations of the footage can be displayed onto the screen. But what is what? That again to be learn up personally. But this is possible. This many informations can be pulled out onto the project panel in the form of column to see the information. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Now the next.
So only the first option is useful.
Everything is required. As per the requirement, we need to switch the column ascending and descending order. It's okay? Just we are
But no,
seeing.
my question was like you right clicked and metadata came, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm just trying to understand. You said within metadata, if you click the first option, there are so many others. So if you,
Yes,
if you
yes,
don't mind, if you can just go back. There's so many other below it, Dublin.
yes, yes. So
These
many options
all
are there.
we
Your voice is breaking, please.
yeah. Hello.
Yes,
Yeah. So the first one is only useful, or others are also used.
that's what I'm saying. Every option is used. Every option is used. So the file may be arranged as per the ascending, descending order of the frame size. You can see now there are different frame sizes are there. As per like camera names will be there, as per the duration will be there. So every option is useful. But as per the name we are using here, but it is easy to understand that we are putting the name. But as a technician, they will be making the log sheet as per their requirement. Okay, so camera number 3, short number like and day shoot is this on that frame is required. They will talk in this way. They will not talk in name format. At the time, we need to find it out in the metadata what he's speaking. Does the information is there or not? So the practical table will be in that manner. It's okay. So all the informations are useful. Next,
Sir, here some of the video in video duration.
a little louder, Vijayji.
Sir, in video duration, some of the files are showing 5 seconds and some of the 00. What
This
is
one,
the
no? Video
yeah.
out point, huh? The
No, sir.
duration, okay.
Yeah, duration. Sir.
Duration, yes, yes.
Some of the showing 5 seconds, sir.
Uh-huh.
Some of showing 00. So what is the difference?
Okay, this what is this digital numbers? Am I right now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine. Now the question is very clear. The question, what is this numbers signifies? The first two numbers from the right side signifies the frame number. The second signifies the second. Third two digit signifies the minute, and the fourth is hour. So from the right, the two digit represent the frames. Hope it is clear now. It is 5 second, 0 frames. It is 5 second, 1 frame. It is 3 second, 20 frame. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
3 second, 20 frames. Now, if it is a 25 FPS, then it After like 25, again it comes to the fourth second, and the things will proceed then after. So hope we have understood what is to be taken care inside the project panel. Now, this much of thing is not enough. Here again, we need to make bin. So now a new technical terms we have come across, that is called bin. Bin is a folder inside the project panel where the footages are arranged as per the requirement. So now technical term bin, but it is equivalent to folder. Editing language bin. Editing language footage. But the thing is called file. So hope we have understood what is called bin and how it is related to folder. Now here you can find on the screen inside the project panel, two bins are there. It is called as a folder in outside language, but in editing language, it is called bin. Okay. Now, how to create your own bin? Before to that, let us see how to see the things in thumbnail format. One button click, everything turns into thumbnail. So hope we have understood now. Footages can be shown in thumbnail format or in list format. Is it clear?
Yes,
Onto the left down
Sir,
corner button.
Okay.
Left down corner button. List view or else icon view. And this icon could be maximized and minimized. Now the things can be much more easier to get it control. So sortwise they make the bins. Now let us see how to create our own bin. Here on to the right side of your project panel, you can find an option called new bin. You can make the things to get arranged as per the sort or scene or the audio or video, exactly whatever your requirement. Now, again, each bin can be
Sorry, sir, I missed it. Where
okay.
did you go to
Right
create a new bin?
down corner third button from the extreme right down. 1, 2, 3. It create a new bin. And inside the bin, yes, we can have to maximize it to a special window again. And here you can have to import the required. So hope we have understood how to make the bin and why to make the bin. And each and every part can be separate out. Is it clear?
yes.
Next, how to create the bin over and why to create the
Sir,
bin.
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. Can
Yes,
you
yes.
show this from the
Importing.
beginning once more, please?
So one click.
Yeah, right from the beginning, right? Not just this
this
bin
one?
creation, right from the start.
Here,
Like
here.
you,
From here, no?
yeah.
Just one
Yeah.
button to the left down corner right thumbnail icon format. And then after, yes, to the right side, you find a folder like icon, technically called as bin. Click over there. It will ask you the rename. Make the rename as per required and get it okay. Video. Job is done. Now the folder are ready to take the inputs. Yes. Either you select a bin or double click a bin. It will allow you to import the file inside that particular bin. And as per your requirement, choose the file. Now the file will be imported inside the bin and it could be closed out. So you can see now video, audio, image, everything can be made separately and placed inside the folder before going editing tables. So it will make less confused. Hope
Sir, it will not ask for the location of this file. Like when we create a folder, it generally asks for a location, right?
So, and whenever
where will this be saved?
Where this information will be saved? The answer,
Saved.
whenever,
Like if I,
yes, I'm giving the answer.
sorry.
Whenever you are starting the project, it has asked you inside the general the location on the D drive where. Am I right? No, whenever you are making control N, he has asked you before the project, new project, whenever you are making, he has asked you, no, first location, drive. At that place only all the things are saved.
Okay, by default, it will take that location.
That folder, yes, everything is saved in that place. We have made that job ready in the first itself. Now inside this, in the project file, it is saved here. Fine. So we have understood what is called bin, why to create bin, what is the importance of the bin, and how to see the bin in icon format or the list format. Get a double click, find your scene wise, sort wise, separate bin, no need to touch, to the whole things to get work out. So as per that scene, what are the sort are there, which will be mentioned over here. Fine. So these are all the things required whenever things are complex. For 1-2 footages, it is easy to understand. Hope this much of things are clear, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine then. Folder making, bin making, thumbnail sync, icon view, and importing the things video into the video folder. Everything ready. Now it is the time to go for the first editing process. Double click the video to find out the right frame, and it will open inside a window, and the window is called source window. The window is called source window. So what we are doing now, first editing has been done by refoldering, renaming, relabeling, all the things are finished. Now we have entered into the footage to find out the right frame inside the bunch of shoot. In the bunch, a lot of shooting has been done. Out of that, how to find the right frame. And it is done inside a window, and the window name is called source window or source panel. So whenever the footage is double click, it open inside a panel, and the panel name is called source panel. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
And henceforth, we'll be switching to the professional keyboard shortcuts. So I'll not make you to more strain today, but for the timing, we got to know. Altogether, what is the summary of the class? We have understood how to import different file formats and how to handle project panel, and what is the importance of the project panel. In the next session, we'll be seeing how to do the fast cut editing in Premiere inside the source panel. Hope it is clear. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for the day. So it is not more written on today. Still, like I'm making it full screen. You can have to take a print screen. Okay, then I'm stopping the screen. We'll meet in the next session with the higher options.
Thank you, sir.
Fine for the day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.